Hi, hello, my name is Jade and welcome back to Vlogween. I think we're on 28, I think. Here's my slime I made. This one is like a fluffy, just white slime. And I figured I was obsessed with playing with it after I made it, so I wanted to bring it up while I talk to you guys a little bit. So, today we spent most of the day, house hunting, kind of. We're not necessarily house hunting because we're not buying a house. We are just renting. Today we met up with like a realtor or something. I don't know if it's a realtor, if they're helping you with renting, but we met up with her. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so distracting. Maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, we met up with her today. She showed us 4 houses. We fell in love, absolutely in love with the first house we saw today. It's like on the older side and it looks old, but it's so well kept. It's beautiful. It's just absolutely beautiful. And it's smaller, on the smaller side, but that's okay. We love it. Absolutely love it. And it has a very decent sized backyard. And it's got a detached garage. So that'll be really cool if we can get into that one. That is our 10 out of 10 house because we rate the houses. That is a 10 for the house and a 10 for the neighborhood. The neighborhood is so cute and like quaint and stuff. So that was really cool. The second house we saw was a 0. Okay. It was like a 2. So it had this like really weird pattern on the ceiling. And it was super rundown. Like the door didn't lock, but also you couldn't unlock it. It was really weird. It took us forever to get in the front. You could see a little bit of the fence from the front. And it was like falling over. Which, you know, a little bit of wear and tear, it makes sense. But we walked in. The ceiling looked like kind of like a spiral or something. It was really weird. It was trippy. It looked interesting, but it was just kind of out of nowhere. And we noticed that all the carpets were like ripped up and there's bubbles in the paint all over. It was really, really dirty. And yeah, it didn't look nice. There was like someone's Amazon package on the kitchen counter, so that was weird. The yard was pretty small. It's okay. Like, it had no grass. It was just really small. Well, honestly, it wasn't the smallest we've seen, but it was just not great. We were more not okay with the way that the house was because there was so many bubbles in the paint. And for the price that they wanted, it's like, okay, I hope you redo all the paint, fix the carpet because there's holes in the carpet. There was like stuff everywhere. The bathrooms didn't look like they got cleaned from like when someone moved out. We kept finding hand sanitizer in random rooms and empty toilet rolls everywhere. It just, again, I really don't want you guys to think that I'm ungrateful and feel like I'm better than anyone for, you know, the way these houses are. I'm just looking at it at the price. Like, I don't think anyone deserves to pay that price for that house because it's not taken care of. It's not clean, you know. Like, the door barely opens. And then the door barely locks on the outside. Like, you can only lock it from the inside. So that was kind of challenging to get that situated when we left. And yeah, like that one wasn't a heck no, but for the price, it's really not worth it. No one should ever pay for that. So number 2 is completely out. So, and then number 3. Number 3 was really cute. Number 3 had a loft. Oh, the second one was 1 story. The first one was 2 stories. Honestly, that was the first 2-story we've seen, or 1 story we've seen here. So, most people have 2-story houses here. Let's see. The third one that we saw was really cute. The kitchen was, I think, the biggest we've seen. No, it wasn't the biggest, but it definitely was a nicer setup. Like, we really enjoyed the way the kitchen was. And It had a really pretty fireplace in this one. I think almost all of them had a fireplace, except the second one. The second one didn't have a fireplace. But this one had a fireplace. It was super pretty, but it's only for looks, which is okay. I don't need a working fireplace, but it was really pretty. The issue with this one was the backyard was smaller than the backyard we have now, and the only way to get to the backyard is through the master room. And so, like, didn't love that. And there was no, like, gate in the back of the yard, so, like, you couldn't get out of the backyard to, like, walk around. There was just no gate. It was just one solid fence. And there was no extra storage in that house. That was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, or, yeah, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. The other 2 bedrooms were upstairs. There was, like, this loft area upstairs, so it was, like, a second smaller living room. That one had, like, a railing in the loft, then you could look over at the living room, but the railing seemed short, so it didn't really look like it was in code. The person that was helping us was like, before you guys, like, move in or anything, or, like, sign a lease, we'll have to make sure that's in code, because that doesn't look like it's in code. And they had a decent sized bathroom upstairs. The tub, like, it had a tub, which is nice. I love my tub. I love tubs, and it's easier to wash the dogs in because they're bigger. The bedrooms upstairs were, like, okay. There was nothing special or not special. So we really liked that one because it gave, like, when you first walked in, it was so pretty. It was vaulted ceilings, which is what we had in our last house. It felt really open. You know, the living room and dining room were huge, and you could see from the kitchen all over the dining room and the living room. And so we really liked that one. The only thing that we were kind of bummed about is, like, the master room is on the first floor, which, you know, that's okay, but because it's on the first floor, we might not go up to the second floor very often unless we turn, like, one of the rooms into an office up there or something. And, you know, I kind of wanted the master room to be upstairs so that we could utilize the loft area, turn it into, like, a second living room or something. So that, and the backyard was, like, almost non-existent, like, way smaller than the yard we have now. There was absolutely no grass. There was no storage. But we didn't knock that one out. We gave that one, like, a 6. Because we could deal with it. Like, we could do that. But it's just not our favorite house. And then our fourth house, the fourth house we went and saw today, was super interesting. It was pretty. Like, it had an alarm system already in it. The bathroom, the half bath downstairs, was right behind the, like, front door, so you, like, walk in, have to shut the front door to go to the bathroom, and it was really small, but again, it's fine. Then you, like, walk into, like, a little tiny hallway, kind of, because the stairs are right here. You walk in, there's, like, a bar right here, like, it was like a breakfast nook, kind of, and it had bar stools, and then you could see into the kitchen. The kitchen was like a little hallway, kind of like what we have now, just a little bit bigger, and the door to the not the laundry room, but the garage is right there. And then, like, there was a little bit of space right here, and then kind of the hallway-ish, because it wasn't a hallway, it was, like, a little bit bigger than a hallway, but it was weird shaped, because, like, it had the cutout of the stairs. That's where your table would go. So trying to figure out that area for, like, our couch and our table might be a little hard, but we did still like it. For it being really small, like, it was the smallest one we saw today. Actually, the smallest one we've seen since we started looking. So we actually really liked that one. The yard it wasn't the biggest, it wasn't the smallest, it was okay. It had a garage, I don't know if I said that. And then you go upstairs, and there's 3 bedrooms and 2 baths upstairs. The master bedroom was pretty nice. The closet was okay. But what was cool was the bathroom in the master room, or the primary room, I'm sorry. To get in, you had to step down. And it was, like, such a little cute, cozy kind of, like, bathroom. It felt really, I don't know. It was really cool. I actually really liked the step down and then the bathroom and stuff. It was small, but I liked it. It had a full bathtub, which was really cool. All the masters have been pretty decent size. Like in our last house in Lemoore, our master was tiny. So we just want to make sure that our bed and our dresser fits in. And then the other rooms were also really decent sizes. The closets were, you know, on the smaller side. And the third bathroom had the laundry in it, like the washer and dryer in like a little closet. That one was cute. I can't remember if there was a bathtub in that one or if it was a walk-in. I think it was a bathtub. And the only issue with that bathroom is if you're sitting on the toilet and someone opens that door, they're bashing your knees in. Like, you can't open that door and be sitting on the toilet because you're getting hit. But like, again, that's not the end of the world. That's not a big deal. And there was also like those accordion doors to cover up the washer and dryer if you don't want people to like look at it. And that one it was weirdly shaped. It was small, but we did like it. Like, it was not our number one, but it was still in the running. So we ranked the first house number 1. We took the second house off the list. We ranked number 4, number 2, so the one I just told you about, and then number 3. At first, number 3 was number 2, but what drew us back from that one is the, like, no yard. Like, the smallest little yard all the dogs would be able to do is, like, go to the bathroom out there, and it would have to go through, you know, our bedroom. So, but that living room, kitchen, dining room area was so pretty, you guys. Like, it was beautiful. And I really like that it, like, gave me vibes of our last house, because, like, at our last house you could look over and see the living room. The only thing is, the last house, like, the railing went to, like, right here on me, and it wasn't, like, slatted, like, railing, like the railing in the new house, or the one house that we looked at, because it wasn't a solid piece. It was, you know, railing 1, 2, 3, so that you could still see through. I don't like those types of railings, those scare me. So we would have to figure out a way to, like, cover those, because, like, it hit Chad kind of below the waist, at the waist kind of, so that is pretty scary. We do think that we need to figure out if that is in code or not. It could be, and if it is, we're just gonna, and we get that house, we're gonna have to, like, I was thinking put, like, shorter bookshelves, like, maybe a bookshelf that much taller, because I don't want one really big. What if happens if someone accidentally pushes it over? I want it, like, that much taller, put it up against the railing so no one can fall over or, you know, jump over or anything, or, like, a table right there. So that's my idea for that. It was really cute, though. I did really like all the houses we saw. There was stuff that I loved about every single one of them, you know. Yeah. I just keep saying, I'm sorry. I really, really, really want the first house. If we count all of the ratings from all 8 houses that we've seen, the first house that we saw on, I think it was Monday, that rating was like a 7. We gave that house a 7. So, counting the 4 houses in the beginning of the week, it would go, the first house we saw today is number 1. The house we saw on Monday was number 2. I guess number 2, sorry. And we haven't heard back from the third house we saw on Tuesday, but I think we might rank that one number 3. And then, what is it? I don't know, have I told you guys about that one? That one was, we went and saw it in the dark, and it had a detached garage. And then the last house we saw today is number 4, and number 5 would be the third house we saw today. So we have a solid rating. We have like 5 houses that we would be happily live in, you know. That's my rating. I really haven't asked Chad. The only thing that we've talked about was the first house we saw this week and the first house we saw today. We put those in a rating. We put the house we saw today as 1 and the house we saw on Monday 2. And we need to talk about the other ones. The last one that we saw on Tuesday, we haven't heard back from them. We applied for that house. So right now, the only thing we're waiting on is to get feedback from today's the first house we went on the website and looked, and they don't have really any information about no dogs or just anything related to dogs. They don't say if pets are okay or not okay, so we had to reach out and ask them, hey, is this a pet-friendly house? Like, do you have any, like, deposit for them? Do you have pet rent? So that is what we're waiting on from that one. And today we should find out if the house that we saw on Monday, if we got that one, because she contacted us the other day telling us like the fees for the dogs and the deposit and the rent and stuff, and she said that she would let us know by tonight if we were selected, if our application was selected or not. So yeah, that's pretty nerve-wracking, because we also, like, that's our number 2 house of all of these. So yeah, today was really fun. The lady that was like taking us around to look at houses was super sweet. She was French. It was super cool. She's nice. Yeah, I enjoyed it. And the last time we tried to have someone help us like this, they just like completely ghosted us, and it's like, well, that's not cool, man. But we got her card and information because we know someone who wants to buy a house, and she doesn't just do rentals, she does buying houses and stuff. She asked if we wanted to buy a house, and we're like, we want to eventually, but right now is just not, right now is not the time. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way today went. I just want that information about that house like right now, because I'm really interested. I want to know if like that's a house we can do or not with the pets, because that would be like the perfect house. It's got a huge yard, like the biggest yard we've ever had. Like, it's huge, and we want a big yard for our dogs. We want a decent sized yard, I guess, because we don't want to be picky. We don't want to be like, no, it has to be a big yard. But if we can find a house with a big yard in our price point, like this house is, we really want it. So I don't want to keep my hopes up, but I definitely fell in love with house number 1 today. And it's so sad. I know you're not supposed to fall in love with houses, but I did. Yeah, once we saw that one today, the house that like we originally were like in love with, like I looked at Chad and I was like, doesn't even compare. I want this one. I almost didn't want to go today just because, you know, I'd fallen in love with that other one, and like we were in the running of getting it, and I'm glad that we did, because that house. But I am also really worried about getting bad news and being told, oh, no animals, which, if you have such a big house, why wouldn't you let animals be there? So yeah, that is what our day is like today. I need to edit a video and post it. I also need to get my steps in. Tomorrow, housing is coming over to check the roof and the leaks and stuff, so that'll be nice to get that checked out. House hunting, or like searching for house hunting is hard. Like, it feels like everything goes so fast, but yet the one that you want, they don't get a hold of you. Like, the one that you want the most, they seem to not get a hold of you in time, so like the second house that you want, like, is already taken by the time you get a no from the first one, you know? Which, I mean, that is how it is. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How are you guys doing this year? How are you guys doing today? Sorry. How was life? My life's not doing too bad. I had to order a new phone case because my phone case is like broken, so it doesn't stay on my phone very well. I don't know. I just want to be in a house that I know we're going to be for at least a year, hopefully longer, so that we can unpack and, you know, decorate and feel secure, because right now I don't feel secure. Especially with the damages in the house. We know that, like, they could be bad enough that they're gonna have us leave for a little bit. But I don't know. My wig that I'm making for Halloween is taking forever. My wrist hurts so bad. And I don't know why. Maybe it's from, like, it could be from playing with this. It's soft though, so it's like weird that my wrist would hurt. But like, I don't know. It just does. And I'm obsessed with this slime. I don't know if you can tell. When I'm sitting down and I'm not doing something, this is in my hands. I did a good job for once. I really want to get more, like, stuff to make slime. So I can make all different kinds of textures. I want a butter slime so bad. Also, like a snow and cloud slime would be fun to play with. Do you guys have a favorite slime, or am I just weird? This video is already really long and I'm just talking to you guys, so I guess I'm gonna cut it here. Thanks for watching, bye.